Welcome to the Arts in Medicine studio. I can't believe that we passed 60 videos in this Corona time. And I still every day think about another element in the studio that I miss and think, how could we preserve it and make something that would inspire you to maybe do something new? So I was thinking about the bathroom right by the studio and the sign on it, and that we'll take paper and rub it, and the words and the images would pop out. So I was walking around my studio and I found my memory board, and I created a memory board to remind me different things that had texture, smooth and bumpy, with different lines and shapes, even stuff that is really soft and cuddly. And I decided to invite Lizzy and find out, if I just told you to find all the texture in your house and you guys try to do the same, what would she do? What would she find? Let's find out. Welcome back, Lizzy. Thank you so much.
Wow, it's great to be here, Nitza. Thanks for inviting me. I had so much fun looking around my house to explore all of the different textures. There were things that were really smooth, like my doorknob. There were things that were fluffy, like our dog bed. And then there was stuff that was bumpy, like this cool rug that we have in our kitchen. And we have tiles which have crevices in between them, and wooden floors which have this really cool wood grain, and it's different for every single piece of wood. I was just so inspired by all of the texture that I found around my house.
So, what did you decide to do with it creatively?
Well, I was also inspired by your video of making a rubbing in the background of your shadow drawing. And so I found all sorts of things that I thought would be really interesting to rub with crayons. So for this, what I used was some regular paper and crayons. I found pipe cleaners, some refrigerator magnets, a coaster, some wire organizers, which make this cool bendy shape, and all different types of things that just felt cool to touch. And what I did was I started experimenting and seeing what kinds of textures I could get from each of those things. Sometimes it worked out and sometimes it didn't, but that was part of the fun, seeing what came out of it. And so I colored over some parts of my floor to get some cool lines. And sometimes I use the tip of the crayon, and sometimes I use the side of the crayon. And so I peeled off the paper of the crayon and used the whole side, and that created a really different effect. So I had a lot of fun.
This is incredible. I can't stop by think about Max Ernst, who was a very famous artist many, many years ago. And he was always bothered by how white the paper would look, or the canvas. So for him, the journey into becoming creative sometimes was rubbing a texture to mess up all that whiteness of the material and be able to see association in it. So why don't you guys try to do the same? Get yourself some textures, put it on paper, even cover the whole paper with anything from your curtain to your floor, and see what happens when you gaze into it. Do you see anything? If you do, and if you don't, please send it to me at aimnitza@gmail.com. And hopefully the summer is doing you well, and we always look forward to going back. Bye-bye.
So long.